I think when I was about 8, I started to sneak out of swim practice every day and jump off the board because I thought it looked like more fun. And one day the swim coach said, "Hey, I see what you're doing. Why don't you ask the diving coach about joining the diving team?" And I said, "I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay." And that's how I started. There were 3 things that happened when I was 8 years old that really had a huge impact on me. The first was that I started diving. The other one was we got a trampoline in our backyard, and I just kind of became addicted to the trampoline. I literally was on it for hours every single day. That same year, and this was 1976, I saw the Olympics for the first time. And I was like, what is this? And people told me, well, that's the Olympics. And I was like, well, I want to do that.
When it came time to work hard in the pool, he was all about work. When it came time to play a little bit afterwards, he was all about play. But no matter what, he was always all in. Fun guy.
When I decided that I wanted to dive, you start out and it's just a 1-meter board, so you're not thinking about it. And the 3-meter was scary to me. As I got into being a national level diver and making like meets, I realized that it was a lot easier competitively on the platform because nobody wanted to do it. It was too scary, it was too hard. Even though I was afraid of heights, there was something addicting about it once you get into it. And I really wanted to make the Olympics, so I, step by step, just worked with the fear that I had and got to the point where I was diving 10-meter, but the fear never left me. It was always right there, even straight through the Olympics. When I was competing in '92, I was completely and totally in my own world. I put headphones on in between every dive. I even carried the headphones up to the 7-meter tower with me so that I would not be aware of anything that was happening with the rest of the diving.
Those U.S. Blues. He did just that, breaking up the chances of a Chinese sweep of the top 2 spots and winning the 3rd American diving medal of these games.
I had a very, very difficult road back. When I finished, when I kind of achieved my lifelong dream and made the Olympics and won a medal, I sort of lost my mojo. I lost my passion for the sport, and I kind of lost my way in life in general. Like I stopped practicing, and I became severely depressed.
So when you train a bunch of your life for one event, basically, right? And then you get to that event and you do really well, or you don't do really well, it just depends on how it works out. Now all of a sudden, what do you got for the rest of your 50 years of existence? You're 22 years old, 23 years old, and you're on a medal stand at the Olympics, and you're like, wow, what am I ever going to do that's going to match this? And I think everybody who's ever been through that kind of thing would and could relate to that and understand that you have to grab the hold of the fact that you're more than just that. And I think it was hard for him. And I think when he got to that point where he passed over that hump, life became a lot more fun.
I did end up taking 6 months off. I got a job as a teacher. I did a lot of different things. And eventually, I started to feel good again and started to take care of myself and live right, and came back, but on the springboard, and was able to get myself back, into Olympic shape and made the Olympics again in '96. I had a lot of different career paths that I looked into before I ended up as a coach. I worked as a teacher. I worked in a museum. I decided I wanted to be an actor, and I pursued that for quite a few years. And then by chance, I fell into this job at NYU, which I honestly thought I would only do for a year because I was still pursuing acting at the time, and fell in love with the job, fell in love with coaching, and I've been doing it 16 years. My first year, the team, after the meet was over at the conference championships, pushed me in the water. So in my jeans and my shirt and everything, I jumped up on the board and I did a triple twisting 1.5. And ever since then, it sort of became a tradition. And I'll just get up on the board and do a triple twister at the end of the conference championship. So I've done it 15 years in a row. My goal is to make it till I'm 50, and I'm 47. Last year, it was a little rough. I didn't quite, I didn't do it easily or that well, but maybe I'll train a little bit for it this year. Let's see if I can still pull it off. Yeah, I still dive to this day because it's still fun, even though I'm, beyond my competitive years.